The free-to-play account is coming along very, very nicely. We've got some big old gaps, though, in our roster that I'm looking to address very, very soon. Maybe rank up some champions during the CVC. I'm thinking Lady Annabelle as an answer for soloing Dreadhorn Bommel. I'm looking at potentially C's as a champion. It's just an extra 10-meter controller to take it into Fire Knight and start progressing up there a little bit. As well as, of course, Fernax, because he's Fernax, right? What is up, guys? This is Cole. Welcome to another episode of Who to Max Next, the video series in which I take a quick look at a few accounts that you guys have submitted for account takeover and just offer a top 3 suggestions of champions that I would build up next on your account. We do get approximately a quintillion account takeover requests every single week, and I can only get to like 2 or 3 of them. And so this series is the best possible thing I can do to just try and get through more accounts and just, try and give at least a little bit of something to all of you guys that are waiting in queue for an account takeover. So let's get to it, man. Hey, before we do it, if you're looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, and get off to a fresh start with the best opener ever in the history of Raid, then click on the beginner promo link down below, man, to get all of the freebies that you see on screen right now behind my head. All you gotta do is create a new account on Raid using that link, using your laptop or a PC to create that new account, man. You also want to input beginner promo code Demon Slayer on day 1 of your new account as well to get your hands on Thorlin Foulbeard. It's like a second legendary on day 1 of that new account. It's just absolutely ridiculous stuff. Okay, man. Let's get to this. First, remember, you got the account here of Mr. Link. So welcome to the series, Mr. Link, man. And right up here, man, we've got the top line of champs. Actually, not that many level 60 champs at all on this account. But the quality of the level 60s, very, very nice, very, very notable, right? We've got the Cold Heart all up in here. Very, very good. We've got the Stagnite for the decreased speed, decreased defense, decreased attack, all those goody tools that you want. Great AoE healer with Rector Drath. Dude, this is a great level 60 roster, man. A couple of HP burners as well. Actually, 3 HP burners with the Geo and with the Supreme Gallic as well. And then we have a boatload of epic champions for us to pick from now as our next 3 level 60s on this account. In order of priority, man, and feel free to play along in the comments as well in this video series. We've got the damage, we've got the decreased defense, we've got the decreased attack, we've even got the 10-meter control and the decreased speed and stuff coming in from the Stagnite and from the Cold Heart sort of collectively. We're checking a lot of boxes already. One thing that we are lacking from our level 60 so far, and my pick number 1 for what I would max next on this account out of these epics, is going to be good old Deacon Armstrong, man. It's just gotta be. I mean, the guy's an absolute machine. Deacon is simply the ultimate progression champion, dude. He brings basically everything you need. He doesn't bring an increased speed buff, but he brings the next best thing, which is 10 meter decrease for enemies, as well as 10 meter fill for your own team, as well as getting himself an extra 10 on this A3, which when fully booked, and you should get him fully booked as quickly as possible, brings this down to effectively a 210 cooldown. 10-meter manipulation AoE skill on the A3. It's just unreal, right? He does also bring a decreased defense as well, which is a little bit redundant given that we already have the Stagnite on Link's account, and so we don't need the decreased defense necessarily, but anywhere where we're not using the Stagnite, this is still going to get value. Brings Leech on the A1 for some healing. Most importantly though for me, or rather very, very crucially, brings the ally speed aura 19% in all battles. Going to be absolutely integral for us to be building out Deacon Armstrong at level 60 anyway, getting him fast as possible, and using him as the aura lead with this skill for progression into Fire Knight and into Spider's Den at the very, very least. And normally I would knock Deacon down the priority chain just a little bit. If you've already got a Stagnite up at level 60, I'd say that you can kind of knock the Deacon down the priority chain a little bit, is what I mean to say. But when you've already got a Cold Heart sitting at level 60 as well, it's like, bro, Deacon plus Cold Heart is like half of the battle done, you know, and like throw Stagnite into the mix with his decreased speed on his A1. That's like half of the battle done against Spider and Fire Knight right off the very get-go. And so, yeah, just take up the Deacon, man. Speaking of Fire Knight, and just to really solidify our complete dungeon domination on this account, I'd go ahead and... Oh, dungeon domination. Ooh, that sounds a little bit, man. Sounds a little bit... I'm not going to go there, man. Screw it. I'd go ahead and take the Apothecary up to level 60 as well, man. I would. Rare Champion, it looks like we've already got him booked out on this account. I'd go ahead and level up the Apothecary just to get the increased speed buff, some extra 10 meter fill as well. And his triple hit A1 is also going to help us out into Fire Knight and just for Fire Knight progression also. Don't worry, I'm not breezing over a lot of the champions down here that are just absolutely insanely good. These are just... Yeah, I think I'm just going to concede that there's going to be a lot of disagreement in the comments on this one, because honestly, there are a lot of directions that we could go here with this. Oh god, I'll get to the honorable mentions in just a little bit. My champion number 3, though, would be just cheering up Clan Boss, and I think that there's a way that there's definitely a universe in which you could easily prioritize the Farrakhan the Fat ahead of the Apothecary on Link's account right here. Honestly, I'm just going to change my mind live, man. Farrakhan would be my pick number 2. Farrakhan is crazy good. The only poison option that we had on Link's account into Demon Lord, we've got like good HP burns, not really bringing any poisons. Farrakhan is going to bring the poisons and the HP burns just to be sure, I guess, on his A2 on a 3-turn cooldown. Just a very nice to have. And then he also brings, of course, the big old ally attack skill, which is also going to help us into Finite is solved on this account, man. What the hell, dude? Like the Cold Hat, the Deacon, the Farrakhan, and then we've got like Apothecary to throw into the mix as well. Oh my god. And like, this account is in really good shape for taking on Finite, I'll tell you that for free. But Farrakhan is going to be helping out a lot into Demon Lord Clan Boss as well with this ally attack skill, not just Finite. This is great everywhere. He's also an absolute monster into Chimera, right? For completing Chimera trials, it requires you to have like an ally attacker on your team against one of the Chimera forms, which is great. Poison HP burn, that's also some trials. He also brings a single target decreased defense debuff. I think that's also some trials as well. Even if it isn't, it's just a crazy amount of extra damage against the likes of Chimera Clan Boss and Demon Lord Clan Boss and stuff like that. Yeah, Farrakhan, he would definitely be probably like the number 2 champion I would take up, actually, on this account, knocking Apothecary down to number 3. And now for some honorable mentions. Where do we even start, dude? I think that, honestly, Doom Priest over here is going to be an absolute must build. On this account, the Doom Priest is going to bring debuff cleanse as well as some extra healing. She's going to be great into Frost Spider, into Nether Spider, into Ice Golem. She's just a very good sort of budget option cleanser. We'd probably even use her on this account as like our earliest teams into Hydra as well, where you're just really desperate for like any cleanser into Hydra. I can see Doom Priest actually getting some good use on this account. Next up, we've also got Royal Guard. He could easily be on the top 3 list. Maybe he made the top 3 list for some of you guys that are playing along in the comments. Royal Guard is obviously amazing. Max HP damage. He will also help us out at Defiant as well, actually, as well as into bosses like Dark Fae and Doom Tower and stuff like that. Also, because of his A3, which is a quadruple hitter 4-turn cooldown, each hit with a 75% chance when bucked of placing strong decreased speed debuff for a couple turns, and each hit also has a chance of placing, decreasing the target's 10 meter by 25%. The only reason I feel like we don't need to rush the Royal Guard up anytime, we already have the decreased speed debuff from Stagnite against like Chimera and stuff like that, and against Finite, right? And we already have like a lot of poisoners and HP burners that we're going to be building out for use in Dragon, and so the max HP damage is it's great. It's just not going to be like a massive upgrade into something like a Dragon team featuring a Royal Guard for a little while longer on this account, so I think it's fine to knock him down the chain just a little bit. Just to be clear though, all the champions I'm touching on right now, man, could absolutely be must builds on this account. The Ursula is great, to go solid, Skaramis is great, Ugo's definitely going to be a must build anyway eventually for use into Hydra as well. He's probably going to be the second Hydra support alongside the Doom Priest. Seeker on this account could be our Hydra Provoker when we eventually get there and the rest of our roster is ready to start taking on Hydra, right? We've got like a good block buffs champion, our supports and healers, right? The Ugo and the Doom Priest build up on the account. We could then start to look to the Seeker as a potential Provoker nerd to take care of the Head of Decay into Hydra as well. The Morag, I actually think we uniquely don't really need on this account because we're going to be leveling up the Farrakhan first, and he's just a better ally attacker than the Morag. Annabelle is great because she solos Dreadhorn Bommel. Like, there's a lot of good champions on this account, man, but those are the 3 that I would build up first. Next up, man, we've got the account of Mr. Nirvana Flame, dude. Okay, this is crazy as hell. Okay, this is crazy as hell, right? What we've got up here is our level 60 blob of champs. Not that many of them to really speak of. Actually, the Hitatsu is also level 60 at least. Dude, these level 60 champs, like what the hell, man? We've got the Pythion, we've got the Marichka, we've got this guy whose name I completely forget, but whatever. The point is that they all bring like heals and debuff cleanse. They're all like a good mix of heals and debuff cleanse in the concept of like context of an early game account. That's really all you're using them for. You're not building out your Pythion or your Marichka to be like PvP specialists at this point when you've only got a few level 60s, right? They're effectively PvE healers for the time being. That's a lot of heals, man. That's a lot of heals. And when I look at the damage dealers as well, we've got like Ninja and we have Attack, right? AoE HP burners that are quite survivable, really. You know, similar-ish champions, at least in the way in which they deal damage, which is a bit of a problem. We kind of lack some direct damage nukers on this account, which is something that we definitely want to take care of. The ninja is going to be amazing for us into Demon Lord Clan Boss, and that's great. And that would be my first concern with this account. We've got great Clan Boss damage already with the ninja. We've got great heals with the Marichka, potentially, to bring into Demon Lord Clan Boss as well. I think that the no, we need to fully book the ninja first, then probably the Marichka. Or maybe the attack and then the Marichka. Either way, whatever, man. Ninja, +1 healer, plus, you guessed it, my first pick on this account, man, for the next champion that we should take up to level 60 next is probably just going to be the Fane. Dude, Fane is just an absolute monster. Alongside a Marichka and a ninja, the Fane is basically going to cover all of the other, she's going to check all of the other boxes that we need to take on Demon Lord Clan Boss. That's it, you know. She brings double poison debuff, she brings decreased attack debuff on her A2, and the A3 she brings decreased defense and a weakened debuff. It's like, man, Marichka, Fane, and Ninja are just the backbone of the Hydra team for basically forever on this account now. Or at least I should say, it all starts with those 3 champions, you know. The sooner you max up the Fane, the better, because you will only really use her in one area of the game, and that's Demon Lord. Everywhere else in the game, she's just a little bit too single target focused. You're about to notice as well, as I get into my pick number 2 of the champion I would build next on this account, is that, God, man, these are all gonna be like rare and epic champion picks. One of the things that Mr. Nirvana has done on his account here is just level just a boatload of legendary champions and one single solitary epic, and so I wouldn't surprise me at all if a lot of these legendary champions are not booked. I'm hoping that we book up the ninja first. Then we can choose, it's a bit of a coin toss in my view at least, between the Artek and the Marichka. Either of those would be fine to book up sort of after the ninja, but I would definitely book up the ninja first. He's just one of those eternal champions that you will probably use forever, you know, for all intents and purposes on your account, once he's fully booked on up. Okay, my pick number 2 on this account. God, man, you know, I think I'd continue to fill out the Clan Boss team, man. I really do. Because we have such a huge plethora of good champions here. I know we should be trying to progress in dungeons more, but a champion that will actually help us progress in dungeons as well as help us out in Clan Boss and just fill out that team. Another component of that team would be the Frog himself, man. Good old Taragi, right? Taragi brings decreased attack on his A1, which is a bit of overlap with Fane into Demon Lord. You don't necessarily need to bring along Taragi's decreased attack, but I guess it's a backup in case the Fane weak hits under any circumstance. But Taragi also brings one of the other defensive tools that you want to bring into Clan Boss. The decreased attack from the Fane and the Taragi combined with the ally protection buff and the shield buffs coming in from the Taragi. And then you got like the healing of like a bloody Marichka on the team just to sort of carry you through the heals. Oh my god, dude. And then you got like a ninja as a damage dealer. Like, bro, you've got a very, very survivable Demon Lord Clan Boss team there, considering you got like 5 level 60s on this account, you know. That's very, very early days to have such a powerful and survivable Demon Lord team. Very, very nice. Yeah. Also, Taragi's also going to place extra poisons on his passive as well. Whenever he's attacked, he has a chance of placing that poison, which is just lovely. Now, Taragi's also going to help out at other areas of the game as well. He's a pretty damn solid champion to bring into Ice Golem because of the ally protection and because of the shields and because of the poisons, but he's also going to help you out against waves of enemies as well. If you got Taragi in any dungeon team alongside the ninja, you can't die. Okay. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but against waves, it's very tough to die, right? When you got ally protection, you got freeze debuffs coming out from the ninja, holding everybody still. Then you got provoke debuffs coming out from the Taragi, which you can book down to 310 cooldown. It's like, your teams aren't really dying in dungeons to the waves anymore, and you can just focus on, you know, Taragi and Ninja takes care of the waves, and then everybody else in the team can focus on killing off the boss. Oh, and of course you can also build Taragi as a solo champion for soloing Scarab King in Doom Tower because of how his passive works, right? Just build him in Immortal gear and in Regeneration gear, and any time that you need to kill a Scarab, whether it's in Cursed City, if you can use the Taragi, or it's in Doom Tower, throw the Taragi in there. He just has to live and have enough accuracy to be placing the poison on his passive skill. It doesn't matter that the boss is provoking him and stuff like that. It's going to be a long kill time, but he will get the job done. Honorable mentions, before I get to pick number 3, by the way, I want to point out this account is also stacked in terms of options that it could take up. And again, I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of disagreement here, even on this account as well, as to what people would take up next. There's a case to be made, same as Taragi, for Miscreated Monster, though he wouldn't be quite as good, of course, as a clan boss. Ally Protector, still very good champion. Doom Priest is available on this account as well. The Seeker is available as a provoker in the future on this account if we need that into Hydra. Again, some great options indeed. For me, this might seem like cheating a little bit, okay? It's not my fault. This is the screenshot that I was provided with from Mr. Nirvana, okay? So it's not my fault if you guys can't quite see this champion. The champion I would go after this dude, my number 3 champion, would be all the way down here at the bottom of the screen. Down here, bro, okay? Stolen Arrow would be the Ruella. I don't know if you guys can see that that's a Ruella down there, but triple hitter champion, multiple triple hitter skills. She brings 10 meter steel, and most importantly, she brings, well, not just 10, these are all important things that we lack in the roster right now, right? Multi hitters, 10 meter control, and she brings a decreased speed debuff, which is big. Like, we do not have that right now at max level on any of our champs. I do believe on this account that Ruella will be an absolutely integral part for this account's Finite and Spider's Den progression. On her A2, she brings all kinds of debuffs. It's not just the decreased speed, but also weaken and decreased defense as well. She's just a great boss killer champion. This is a triple hitter A2, triple hitter A1, each crit with a chance to steal 10 meter. So you want to generally build her in crit rate gauntlets, then just build her with good accuracy, nice and fast, and as long as she's got 100% crit, she's going to do crazy work in terms of 10 meter control and the decreased speed debuff against bosses where it counts. Honestly, in a pinch, unless you've got a better option to bring like a decreased speed and like weaken debuff and stuff into Chimera as well, she's a pretty damn good option to bring into Chimera Clan Boss as a debuffer in there as well. And so, yeah, Ruella, dude, that would be my pick number 3. I feel kind of bad, man, for neglecting all the legendaries as well in this, but yeah, there are some great legendaries here. Also, UDK is amazing. Obviously, Alice is very good, even without skill books. The Sun Wukong could definitely go on up. Even the Apothecary as like an increased speed champion could go on up to 60 on this account as well, if you don't find any better options in the interim. Very solid looking account, man. Okay, on to the next. And so on to the account of Mr. Eteocles, where if you check out the level 60s of this account, very early game, which by the way actually makes this job way tougher because there are just way more possibilities when an account is this early game. Our first 3 level 60s being the Supreme Gallic, the Coltat, and the Ugo. Incredible champion quality for the first 3 level 60s on this account. I'd be a little bit concerned as to who the campaign farmer is. Is Aethel doing that at level 50 in Brutal Campaign? Or is the Gallic taking care of that? Right off the get-go, you already know what I'm going to say here. I'm just going to skim over this one. We've got the option of Fane, again, this early on in the game as our like chief clan boss debuffer. Needless to say, yeah, I take the Fane up to level 60 as my very first pick. So now we can get into the real picks, you know what I'm saying? Now, Mr. Eteocles did mention that he was looking to try and focus on his Demon Lord Clan Boss team first and foremost, so I'm using that to inform my decisions a little bit, and he did have some questions about Urugrim over here, and if Urugrim is worth building on out. So I'm going to touch on Urugrim in just a little bit. My pick number 2, though, would be, because it's our only increased speed booster champion option on this account, would just be the Haikatoon. I think Haikatoon is honestly a little bit underrated by most players. You're not just bringing along Haikatoon for the increased speed buff and the 10 meter fill, which is great, because if you could just get like one skill book to go into this skill, you can leave the rest of her kit unbooked, and she could do just fine into most areas of the game, but it's like a great speed booster if you do get this booked, and so, you know, that's something you can do. It's also about her A2 in unison with the passive, right? Increase ally speed in all battles by 19%. This is an amazing aura to bring. It's going to be fantastic to use in things like Classic and Tag Arena for the longest time when you're just getting started. You're going to be using Haikatoon probably as your speed aura lead into things like Spider's Den and Fire Knight as well. Maybe even using Haikatoon into Chimera, to be honest. If you want to fully book your Haikatoon and use it as the speed booster, but also the decreased speed spammer champion into Chimera, just go ahead and disable it. A3, by the way, if you're going to use her into Chimera. Just have a spammer A1 and a A2. She can do that job as well. She's not great into Chimera, obviously, but, you know, when you're just trying to get your first Chimera chests, she can do a job for you on that front as well. My advice, man, would be to take Katoon up to level 50 on this account. Leave her there for a while. Wait until you've pulled your first 2x, like, Ancient Shards or something like that. see if you pull a better option. You might pull something better than the Katoon. You might pull like a legendary option or something. But until then, she can do a very, very good job. Indeed. Now, after the High Katoon, what are we looking at here, man? We've got some damn good champions here too. We've got the Phoenix, that's definitely worth considering. You know, I'll get to the honorable. Oh god, I'm just gonna tick the Annabelle right now. Why do all these accounts have bloody Lady Annabelle, dude? What is this, man? Such a good answer in Dread Hornwormel, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark her off as an honorable mention straight away on my own list. I think purely because we have the Cold Heart at level 60 already, I'd go ahead and I'd build out the Morag. Morag is great for a couple of reasons. One, she doesn't really take that many epic skill books to get the most out of your Morag. You're just trying to really book the crap out of her A2, her A3, particularly like an ally attack skill is very, very nice. The ally attack skill plus the Cold Heart, I mean, again, I've said this before in a previous, you know, who to max next thing. Cold Heart, Morag, you're like halfway to clearing normal mode finite just with these two champions alone. And I suppose more than anything, I've just never known anybody to build out a Morag before ever and regret it, you know. We could also just do with more direct damage in the current roster that we were looking at, like the Supreme Gallic, the Cold Heart. Okay, fine, the Cold Heart's like a boss killer specialist, but other skills aren't that great for killing off waves. The attack, HP burner, AoE decrease speed, that kind of thing in his skills. Not attack, sorry, Supreme Gallic. But it's like actual direct damage. Not so amazing. The Morag just smacks stuff. You don't need to build it with any accuracy. You know, she just smacks all enemies. She places a strengthen buff, counterattacks a lot, brings an ally attack skill. She just hits stuff really hard with her extraordinarily blunt sword. I mean, it's literally a surfboard, dude, on a stick. I even know what to tell you, man. Some other honorable mentions that I haven't put little ticks on just yet would actually be, first of all, the Uragrim. Uragrim, very, very good as a Demon Lord clan boss healer, right? He brings continuous heal buffs. He also places poisons on enemies, which is solid. The thing with Uragrim is that he's not that amazing into many other areas of the game, right? He's mostly like, I don't know, like maybe like a little bit of Fire Knight, maybe a little bit of Demon Lord clan boss. What I'd say is take the Uragrim up to level 50 on this account. Use him potentially alongside the Ugo, or maybe just use the Ugo as the Demon Lord healer for a little while. If you don't find any better options than the Uragrim, after like, again, like another big shard pulling event or something like that, consider taking the guy up to level 60. He is going to be a better healer into a Demon Lord team than the Ugo is at the end of the day. You know, he just is, because he's bringing poisons on top of his kit, you know. I will say one thing we are lacking on this account is wave control, and so another role to look out for Mr. How do I say this name again? Eteocles, Mr. Eteocles, look out for Skuramis all up and over here, man. This is like the best wave controller I can see available to us on this account right here. Skuramis is a giga chad. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? Nobody's going to tell you otherwise. Everybody knows Skuramis is a monster. If you are struggling to progress in the likes of Ice Golem, or just anywhere like where wave content is sort of getting you down, it might be the likes of Doom Tower and stuff like that, Skuramis is going to come in absolutely clutch, man. AoE provoke, places counterattack buff on himself. When he counterattacks in with his A1, he has a chance to stun enemies as well as a bit of 10 meter steel, whether he lands the stun or not. He also brings an AoE decrease attack as well, and so, yeah, crucial debuff to be bringing into the likes of Ice Golem. Again, we already have like good HP burn and stuff on this account. We've got like half the tools that we need for Ice Golem. This AoE decrease attack on the Skuramis combined with the happy little Vegas on this account is going to be another honorable mention I'm going to throw out there, just because he brings big old ally protect. With Skuramis and Vegas on your team plus one healer, I don't think it's possible to die against Ice Golem on normal. I think it's actually impossible. Those guys both level 60, build out nice and tanky, throw a healer on the team. You're kind of good, right? You're kind of good. We've also got Supreme Gallic for HP burn and stuff against Ice Golem as well. And so, yeah, I think we'll be pretty much good. And if I keep on rattling off honorable mentions, we're going to be here all day. But yeah, we've got a skull, what the hell is she called? Whatever, dude. Big AoE damage woman right here as well that we could also look to build on out. Solid account, man. Lots of good options here. Yeah. Those are my 3 picks and my honorables. And on the account of me sweating balls in this bloody jacket, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here, man. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you also enjoyed this happy little episode of What to Max Next. And, yeah, stay tuned for more and all that, man. Make sure you hit a like on the video. And remember, if you're looking to start off a new raid account or get a friend to start playing Raid Shadow Legends, send them the link down below and tell them to use that link to create their new account on laptop or on PC to get off to the best start possible that they could possibly imagine, man. All kinds of free legendaries, free epics. It's just an incredible time, man, to start a new raid account. What can I tell you? Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you all to see a tad bit later, man.